Today is a good day. The wind is blowing, the air is fresh. Let's see what's in my bucket list today.
Walter White.
There aren't many shows with a message I can resonate with at this level. Maybe it's my stage in life where I'm at, or maybe it's just been saying what I've been contemplating, or maybe how some of us can relate to Akira's life, which initially was full of enthusiasm but later turns absolutely miserable. In a world where we are bound by social and corporate systems, what would happen if all of it were to break? Where people are pressured by societal expectations and responsibilities, forced to do something they don't really like to put food on the table. Where corporations have built this system of us having to board a train of getting a degree we don't like into a job we still don't like. Where running in a treadmill of endless suffering and feeling of meaninglessness is the norm. Wouldn't it be nice to be free of it all? Psalm 100 takes us on a journey where the characters reclaim their lost childhood. Who knew the best time to do that would be in a world-ending zombie apocalypse? This is why we should celebrate the spread of lethal viruses. I just don't know, Doc. I think I've lost my inner child.
Yes, well, this only calls for one thing.
Akira lives life black and white, suffocating. He wants out but is too mentally exhausted to think about quitting. There's not a single drop of energy or time left in his tank. He can't dump his workload onto his colleagues. Tomorrow is another day, he thinks. He wakes up and
Zombie?
once thinking about the implications of this, he realizes he doesn't have to go to work anymore. With freedom attained, he decides to make a bucket list of 100 things before he becomes a zombie too. The whole premise of the show is the juxtaposition of a zombie apocalypse and his goofy ass living the best life, spreading his wings free from the responsibilities and expectations, being given another chance at life to forge himself authentically, purely by his own choice. And all of this was told through the banger that was episode 1 because whoo! It's good. This is the first adaptation coming from Studio Bug Films, who have worked on some pretty slapping anime such as Komi Can't Communicate and Summertime Rendering. The director came from OLM Studio, who made Pokemon, and in the show, they have named the studio Akira Works at LZM. I think they're trying to tell something subtle. I just can't put my finger on it. In a later episode, it tells the story of another man who was living the best life and was on top of it all. And he achieved the dream. His best friend Kencho is a handsome tall guy. He's a smooth talker and gets all the ladies with his 100 riz. What he really wanted to be was a stand-up comedian. His childhood idol was a comedian and he wanted to be one too. But as life would have it, he didn't get to pursue it. Life happened and he ended up as a real estate banker. He seemed to be living the good life, but during the zombie apocalypse, getting him on the verge of death made him realize that none of these things made him truly happy. He wasn't pursuing his dream, he was only going for objective success. None of it was authentic. It was all for show. But when there's no one to show it for, what's the point? As we grow up, we go from daydreaming children with big ambitions to adults with small talk, with reality and the future in mind, who only ever get to dream during sleep. We grow bored of life, a feeling of meaninglessness, doom scrolling Twitter.
Please. What are you doing? Leave, go away.
What are you doing?
Go away.
Welcome to fucking Zimbabwe, you stupid little pen. Get away from here.
It's fucked, isn't it? Day by day, our inner child slowly fades and disappears until we get reminded of our mortality and try to bring it back to life. Doing a bucket list seems most enticing when your days are counted. From something like a terminal illness, or old age, or a massive world-ending zombie apocalypse. Sooner or later, life has to come to an end. But why should we need a feeling of impending death to push us into truly living? Though you only really need to notice how much you have wasted the limited amount of reality at your disposal when it's out of the bag. You cannot put the toothpaste back in the tube. With that said in mind, we should probably balance living our lives and actually thinking of the future. During pandemic, when school stopped and the world was grounded to a halt, I was like, so you're telling me I don't have to go to school? I don't have to socialize anymore? I can play video games all day? What? whoa! I blinked and the entire quarantine have passed. And while I had fun, I regretted how I did not progress as a human being and even regressed in some aspects. I totally forgot how to interact with other living, breathing human beings. The year everything came back to normal, it was just me trying to reacclimatize to everything, trying to integrate back into society. I looked at myself and went, oh nah shit, I ain't got nothing man. I gained nothing. I learned nothing. I didn't even learn any of the skills I wanted to.
Yeah, imagine if yung moon had like diamonds.
In the pursuit of immediate reward from watching YouTube all day and gaming, I did come out of it with the coolest Genshin account though. Yeah! So that leaves us at the point of if we live our life to the fullest, our future might suffer. But if we live for the future, our present self suffers. But if you only think about the future, the present self suffers. But if you only think about the present, the future suffers. But you only think about the present, the future suffers. But you only think about the future, the present suffers. The present, the future suffers. But you only think about the future.
It's a tightrope many struggle to cross successfully. Zom 100 sends the message about living the best life you can, being true and authentic with yourself. If the world turned to zombies tomorrow, would you have no regrets? What would you do if you had no shackles? In a scenario where objective success matters not, the characters are left to find themselves, realize what truly fulfills and pushes them out of bed every morning, before the zombies inevitably get them. Ironically, having less time to live makes you live your fullest life. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that video. Leave a like if you did. Hope you learned something from this, and if you want to watch more videos, check out my channel. I'll see you on the other side. Bye bye.